Yeah, I'm really excited for tonight too, Chad. Anyways, I better hurry up and leave the salon so that I can get home and start getting ready. I'll see you soon. Bye. Come in. Sarah.
Hi, Nadine.
You have some nerve showing up here. What do you want?
Look, Nadine, I'm just gonna cut to the chase. I'd like my job back.
Over my dead body.
Oh, come on. Can't we just put everything behind us and start over? You're understaffed and I'm unemployed. We need each other.
Actually, I don't need you. I just hired somebody new, and there's a couple other stylists I'm thinking about hiring.
But they don't know the salon like I do. They don't know the clientele like I do, and they don't know how things are run like I do.
They'll learn. So why don't you run along and find some other salon to work for?
I've tried. Nobody will hire me.
Is that so?
Yes, which is why I'm here. I'm getting desperate, Nadine. I've already had my electricity and my phone shut off. If I don't get a job soon, I might get evicted.
Sorry, but I prefer not to hire employees who walk out in the middle of their shift.
Nadine, please. I promise I'll never do that again. Just give me another chance.
I don't believe in second chances. Now, if you'll excuse me, I need to get going. I have a date tonight.
A date? With who?
A very handsome doctor. Now please get out of my office and don't bother ever coming back. Good luck on your job search, though.
Okay, you aren't wrong. This is one of the reasons I moved out here, but there are a couple other reasons as well, so let's get into it. But first, let's talk about why I moved from California to Oregon, because living in Oregon did lead to me moving to Florida. So I always knew from a young age I did not want to live in my hometown my whole life. Like, I did not like the idea of spending my entire life in the same city. I wanted to bounce around a little bit, experience different cities and all of that. So I knew I was never going to be stationary. And by the time I had reached 18, I felt like my journey in my hometown was done. Like, I literally was like, what is there left for me here? Like, I just felt like that chapter in life was done and it was time to move on. And the reason I picked Oregon is only because it was an easy move. I already had family there. I had already visited there a million times, and it was close to California. So I packed up my bags, I moved in with my cousin, and I spent the next 7 years in Oregon. But every time I had visited Oregon growing up was during the summer, so I had this false idea in my head that the weather was better than it was. I learned real quickly after moving there that the summer is literally the only time there's sunshine. Like, for anybody that's seen Twilight, that was filmed, a lot of it was filmed in Oregon. The weather there is doom and gloom. It's gloomy year round. Like, you never see the sun. Everybody gets seasonal depression because there's just no sunshine. I was like as pale as a ghost. I was so white, like vitamin D levels non-existent. Like, I hated the weather. And like at first I didn't mind it too much, like the first few years, but I want to say after like year 3 or 4, I was like, wow, the sun really never comes out. And I was like, I hate this shit. Like, where's the sun? Where did it go? Please bring it back. I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it. And the very last winter that I lived in Oregon was the worst winter they had had in like 100 years. Like, to put it into perspective, Oregon usually snows like a couple days out of the year and it's nothing. That winter, the river froze over, like snow was it just would not go away. Like, the temperature would not get above like 30 degrees for months. And I was like, I can't do this. I hate cold weather, if you haven't picked up on that by now. And living there made me very much hate snow. And I was like, I can't do this anymore. I gotta move. So then I looked up, where does it never snow? I literally typed it into Google, what states does it never snow in? Because I was like, I never want to live where it snows again. And all of the southern states were what popped up. It was like California, Arizona, Texas, New Mexico, Florida. There might have been a couple, I think Hawaii was one. So I didn't get many options. There was only like 6 or 7. So then it became process of elimination. Now, before I did all that, I had come out to Florida for a vacation because I had never left the West Coast up to that point. Like, before I moved out here, I had been to Oregon, California, Washington, Idaho, Nevada, and that's it. And I barely remembered visiting Idaho or Nevada. So I had only really been to 3 states, and I was like, I'm tired of the same old scenery all the time. I've seen enough mountains, I've seen enough trees, like I want something new. And I just wanted to travel. I was like, I'm so sick of being in this little bubble of the West Coast. So for my 25th birthday, I decided to just take a trip to Florida. It was either going to be Florida, Vegas, or Hawaii. And I was going to be going with my mom. So I was like, that's a little weird to go to Vegas with your mom. And then Hawaii was double the price of Florida. So I was like, okay, we're going to come visit Florida. Now, keep in mind, my birthday is in February. Usually in February, the weather sucks in both California and Oregon. It's usually cold. Like, I mean, it's not terrible, but it's cold. Like, you can't go swimming, or I was always jealous of the kids that had summer birthdays and can do a pool party. Like, February, not the best weather. So imagine my surprise when I came to Florida in February and it was like 85 degrees. I was like, I can wear shorts. I can go swimming. I can go to the beach. And like you mentioned, for those that have not been in the beach on the West Coast, it's cold, like all the time. California, the ocean will get warm enough to swim in the summer, but Oregon and Washington, that ocean is always cold. And I just loved that in February, I could do these things. I was like, oh my God, I can literally go. It's hot enough to go swimming. It's hot enough to wear a tank top. Like, this is amazing. But I didn't immediately think, oh, I should move here. I was just like, wow, this is awesome. And then I went back home and I was like, wow, back to the cold weather. This sucks. And then, like I said, our cold weather just kept happening for months. March rolled around, it was still cold. April rolled around, it was still cold. May was when we finally got into like 65 degrees. And I was like, ugh. So that's when I was like, I gotta get out of here. I gotta move. I can't deal with this. And then I looked up, where does it never snow? And then those states came up. So then it was process of elimination. Well, I didn't really feel like Texas was right for me. And I didn't feel like really any of the other states besides California and Florida felt right for me. And so I was like, okay, do I want to move back to California, or do I want to do something new and go to Florida? So the biggest deciding factor was actually my cosmetology license. In order to transfer my license from Oregon to California, it would have been a huge pain in the ass. For those of you who don't know, every single state has different rules and regulations for the license, and transferring it over can sometimes be a pain in the ass if the state that you're trying to transfer to has higher requirements than the state you got licensed in. And California is one of the biggest pains in the ass. Like, literally, when I was in beauty school, they told us, like, oh, with the Oregon license, you know, you get enough hours in something that it will be easy for you to transfer to any other state except California. They literally told us California is a pain in the ass. Like, if you want to move to California, sorry, it's going to be a giant pain in the ass. So I was kind of like, okay, if I want to go back to California, I have to go through major hoops to get my license transferred, whereas Florida paid the money and that's it. But that still wasn't enough to convince me. So then I was like, okay, because I was thinking about going to San Diego in California. I was like, I want to be where the weather is nice year round. And I just couldn't figure out how I could afford to move to San Diego and pay for things on my own. And then, so how I finally decided, I kid you not, this is exactly what I did to decide. I took 2 pieces of paper and I wrote California on one and I put Florida on the other, and I put them on the ground and I put my cat next to it, and I was like, okay, whichever one she goes to is where I'm moving. I kid you not. And she walked to Florida, and I was like, all right, I guess I'm going to Florida. And then a couple months later, I moved across the country and I've been here for 7 years. So yeah, it was a bit of a combination of things. It was the warm water, the warm weather, no snow, it being easy to transfer my hair license, and I just wanted something new. I had traveled up and down the West Coast so many times. I just wanted to branch out. I wanted to be somewhere that was the complete opposite of where I grew up. I wanted to explore more, and I just wanted a new environment. And I've talked about this in a previous video, but I got a lot of beef with the West Coast. Like, the trees out there, I'm allergic to so many of those damn trees. I was always miserable, especially in Oregon. Oh my God, I couldn't go anywhere without tissues. My allergies through the roof. And then mountains piss me off. Like, I get car sick going through the mountains, and like, because of mountains, it takes you twice as long to get somewhere because you can't just drive through it. You have to go around it. So a lot of the things that people like about the West Coast, I freaking hated. I was like, I'm so tired of these damn mountains and these damn trees. And I'm so happy that Florida is flat. Like, every time I travel somewhere, I just went to Georgia and drove through the mountains. Every time I do something like that, I'm like, I'm so happy Florida is flat. And I don't have to deal with this bullshit every day. And then honestly, I didn't know if I would stay in Florida, if I would move or whatever. I didn't know if I'd bounce around a little more, but I've liked it here, and I really love that the weather is warm pretty much all year round. The summer is miserable, I'm not gonna lie, and hurricanes can be a pain in the ass. But I love that I don't get a winter. And yes, being able to go in the ocean year round and go swimming year round. I love to swim, I've always loved being in water, so that is a huge plus for me as well. Also, Florida is never boring. There's always something to do here, and I love theme parks. And I love that all the theme parks are condensed into Orlando, where in California they were kind of spread out. And then one thing I also really love about being out here is I can go through like 5 states in one day. You can't do that on the West Coast. It takes you one day just to get through California. So I get to travel a bit easier out here because things aren't as big. So yeah, those are the reasons why I moved out here. Hello?
Hey, boss, I'm really not feeling good today. I'm gonna have to call out sick.
Oh, no, you're not. We're already short-staffed as is, and we need all hands on deck. Plus, the district manager is coming in today, and she has been on my ass about all your guys' attendance, so you absolutely need to come in.
But I've been throwing up all night and I have a fever.
We'll take some Pepto or something and get over it. I'll see you at work. There you are. You're late.
Sorry, I had to pull over a few times and throw up.
Well, you're lucky the district manager isn't here yet. Otherwise, she'd be writing your ass up. Now get over to your station and start getting ready for your first client.
Look, I gotta be honest, I don't think I can work today. My stomach is killing me and I haven't been able to keep food down at all.
Listen, I don't care if you're about to have a stroke and die. You are not leaving your shift early. Got it?
But
Just shut up and go get ready for your first client.
oh god, she's here. Let's hope this all goes smoothly.
Hi. Sorry I'm late. The Hillsborough store was having some issues with their computer system, so I had to help them with that. But now that I'm here, let's talk about your store. Sure thing. So, one thing I've been wanting to talk to you about is your retention rate. Oh, I know. We've been having a hard time getting our customers to come back, but we've been working hard on it and our numbers have improved slightly over the last month. I'm not talking about your client retention rate. I'm talking about your staff. You have had 5 stylists quit in the last 3 months. Care to explain why you think that might be? Oh, well, honestly, I'm not sure. I make sure to treat all of my employees like they're my own family, and I take it pretty personally each time one of them decides to leave.
Hey, boss, I really need to talk to you.
Can it wait? I'm having a conversation right now. Are you okay? You don't look so great.
I don't know.
Oh, she's fine. Aren't you? You look really pale. Do you need to sit down? Oh, she's just naturally pale. She's fine. Are you sure? Because the flu is going around, and if she's sick, we don't want her getting everybody else in here sick. Oh, don't worry. She does not have the flu.
Oh, gross. Oh, sorry. So can I go home now?
Yes, I think that would be a great idea.
Okay. And do I have to come in tomorrow or?
Yes. No. Get some rest and take the next few days off. The last thing we want is for everybody else here to get sick.
Thank you so much. I'm gonna go now.
Feel better. Suddenly, I understand why your employee retention is so low. You and I will be having a meeting first thing tomorrow to discuss your position as manager. Clearly, some changes need to be made around here. Hey, is your manager here yet? No, she's not. I haven't heard from her. Huh. I wonder where she is.
Oh, I guess it was the flu.
My skirt caught onto the cart. Having my face in the toilet is making me actually want to puke. Okay, one of those have to work, 'cause I'm gonna start puking.